Hey guys, it's Josie Marie and thanks for watching. Today we're doing another quarantine check-in and I'm reaching out to someone that we probably all know. She is one of the contributors to some of our most entertaining moments. She is Beyonce's dance captain, also a model and an actress. Let's give Ashley Everett a call and see how she's doing and coping during this quarantine. I have Ashley online. Here she is. We're being safe and distanced. But for those who don't know, can you just give us like a rundown of who you are?
I am Ashley Everett. I am a professional dancer. I'm a choreographer. I'm an actor. I'm a model, entrepreneur.
Yes.
But you probably would know me from dancing with Beyonce for the past 13 years, and I've been her dance captain for over 10. So yeah.
Yeah, which is like the best job ever.
It's a great job. I have no complaints.
Well, I'm sure anybody would like pay to have a vial of the air that you guys are in. Has anybody tried to like date you or like, befriend you for the chance to get close?
Oh, yes, all the time, and I'd be like, I'm so cool, everybody wants to be my friend, and then I'm like, oh wait, they can get to her through me, so yeah.
That is insane. Okay, let's talk a little bit about like your work life. It seems, based on the schedule that Beyonce seems to have and you always being right there next to her, like how do you balance work and like your personal life?
Well, girl, quarantine helps me balance it very much.
For sure.
Because usually I will be working, and I won't be home. So this quarantine is a nice little balance that I needed in a break for my personal life and, career as well. But, it's hard, living a lifestyle in the entertainment industry alone is already just like has its ups and downs. It's a roller coaster, The highs are super high, the lows can be really low when you don't know when your next job is and where your next check is coming from and stuff. But it's also like incredible, like we're working with not just like celebrities and some of the biggest influential people in the world, but we get to travel the world, have experiences that are like once in a lifetime. And so yeah, it's been amazing. And then balancing the home life and stuff, I've gotten better at it with age. Before I used to just like be like, I have to work, work. But now I need family time, I need me time, I need chill time, I need a day to do absolutely nothing. You know?
And we're currently doing a lot of nothing because of this whole coronavirus situation. Like, how serious is the situation in Los Angeles?
The energy is weird. You go outside and it has like an eerie feeling. I'm sure everyone has felt that, who's going outside and has to make runs. But, I think everyone's paranoia is like really having them maybe freak out a little bit more than you need to. But you also need to take it serious because there are other people who aren't taking it as serious. You know? So it's different, but I think it's a good the reset button that the world needed right now.
Yeah, you probably like are always on the go and needed the pause. What have you been doing to kind of stay centered?
I've been doing things around the house just to like keep me distracted and busy where I'm not thinking about the fact that I'm not getting paid right now.
I know.
I just moved in June. I moved in June. It's almost been a whole year. This has been time for me to really spend time in my house and actually like make it a home and like decorate, fix these furnitures and, style this the way I want it to be. So I've been having fun doing that. I'm nobody's interior designer or anything, but I have been having fun just attempting to make it look like something. I've been having like lights on a lot. I've been lighting a lot of candles, having the house just smell good and keeping me like relaxed. I love like a good Zen corner. I have one behind me right here, and then I have one in my bedroom too, where I just like curl up with my candle, my glass of wine or whatever I want to sip on.
Yes.
And I just get in the zone and like woosah.
I definitely like that idea of even if you can't convert a whole room, Just having a space. So what's your quarantine situation? A lot of people are like in quarantine with their booze, their families and children. Some people like me are solo. What is your situation?
It's just me, and then I have a roommate who's here as well. And then, you know, my boo will come in and out or whatever, but he's not here at the moment. My parents are in like the older category, so they asked me if I wanted to come home, but, you know, I'm keeping my distance because I've also been in LA a lot more. And they're in Northern California, so I'm just like, you know, you guys are healthy, safe there. We'll keep it that way. I'm going to stay here. And, you know, we have to protect the ones we love as well.
Yeah, definitely. Like, you were sick before this whole thing happened.
I sure was, girl. I was sick all of December, and I did not know what it was.
What were your symptoms?
I was coughing, and it was like a deep cough, like coming from a place that I had never even heard of before. It hurt my throat, my chest. It was hurting like to cough. Yeah. I was dancing and working while having this because I thought it was just a common cold. So every time I would dance, I was like extraordinarily exhausted. Like I felt like I ran 85 miles.
You know, I feel like, you know, I don't want to get into the politics of it, but I feel like as soon as it started like traveling from China to Europe, we should have stopped like getting people in the country and out of the country, you know, right away, you know? Had we like been on high alert then,
we would have nipped it in the butt maybe a little sooner.
Yeah. Well, glad that you're healthy and safe. It's very weird to ask this question. It usually sounds so natural. But in this quarantine time and not knowing when this coronavirus is going to, you know, disappear. Kind of weird to ask, but I'm going to ask anyway. What's next for you? Like, where do you see yourself in like 5 years? Will you still be with Beyonce?
Yeah, I mean, Beyonce's always going to be my family, so whenever she calls, you know, I will come if I can and, you know, whatever. But of course, I like want to expand my own personal brand and my own personal projects and push myself a little bit further. So I have some beauty products and things that I've been working on before the quarantine happened. So I think we'll pick back up finally when we can all be around each other again.
Yeah.
Like, more. And then also, you know, The Masked Singer is going to have a spin-off show called The Masked Dancer. So I most likely will be part of that in some way. But we just don't know when. So. Well,
we are hoping that this thing is behind us very soon, very fast. Like, no more people need to be suffering. So hopefully this thing is behind us soon so we can see like all the things that you have in store. I'm sure everybody wants to know your beauty secrets. Like, you don't do too much, but you just look perfect all the time. Like,
no, I wouldn't say perfect, but I am like minimalistic when it comes to that. So the stuff that I support is really going to be things that like I actually use, like skincare, hair care, facial care. Because I don't do too much with makeup or hairstyles necessarily, but I need like hair care because this mop dry and just needs moisture protection.
I'm sure you've learned a lot, like being on set, ready to perform, like from the professionals that work on you guys. I'm sure you have so much that you've learned that you will be able to like infuse in your project.
Yeah, for sure. I've definitely learned a lot, and I've definitely been through my fair share of, you know, like damaged hair or, you know, like just not great products that I break out from, and, you know, everything.
Yeah.
Good, bad, ugly.
Yeah.
Been through it. So I'm definitely learning what I like and what works for me, so I can share that with everyone.
Awesome. We can't wait. So, okay, quick thing. We want to talk about love, you know. If you don't mind. We all witnessed the beautiful, surprising proposal. First of all, how surprised were you then? Were you like...
I was not prepared.
Were you ready to get married?
You know, actually, like looking back, no, I don't think I was. And what's also funny is that usually, like, I feel like couples usually talk about that before.
Do they really?
I don't know. See, I never really knew, but now that I'm older, I'm like, I can't see myself like talking about it first. Like, do you see this? Okay, in about this amount of time, we should maybe take the next step. Like, I could see me doing that now, but we didn't at that time. Mm-hmm. And so it was just a full surprise, like, whoa, okay, you want to marry me? I'm like, whoa, here we go. You know? We had been together at that time for 6 years, and then we ended up breaking up after 8 years. because I think we just grew apart.
Yeah.
And just weren't seeing the same things eye to eye. And I had to really take a look in the mirror and ask myself what I was willing to accept and tolerate.
Mm-hmm. And you've been together for so long, you mentioned. So you were, how old when you got together?
I was 21 when we first got together, and then 29. But
those are two very different people, humans.
Yeah, completely. I was a girl and then a woman. I learned a lot.
Yeah.
And taking my notes, and I don't regret it. You got to take it for what it is and the lessons.
But you're in a much better space now. You just talked about, having your boo coming in and visiting during the quarantine.
Safely, of course.
Safely. You're like doing the social distancing even when he comes over?
No, we gotta make sure, like, you come in, take off the clothes that you're wearing from wherever you just came from and clean that,
Yeah, a whole spray down, right? Yeah, so I'm sure a lot of women watching this will want to know, we have a lot of girl bosses. How easy or how difficult, or what is your experience with, like, dating as a successful woman who is, like, sometimes actually earning more than the man? Like, how was that experience for you?
Girl, I mean, I've been the one who was bringing home the bread and the bacon, and I don't mind being that. I am a supportive woman when it comes to being in a relationship. I will be here for you if you are going through a hard time. Aww. And you're at your highest. Like, I'm there. But it's hard, I think, for men to be with women who are more successful than them. It takes a strong man to really put his ego to the side and let his woman, like, lead or, like, stand strong in her own.
Will we be seeing you getting engaged again, marriage, kids?
5 years, my clock is kind of ticking. So 5 years, it's not that far, to be thinking that way. So yeah, I definitely do eventually want a family and start having kids and have a husband and stuff. I've always said I want a family and not be a baby mama. No disrespect or anything, but I just would like that because I grew up that way.
Yeah.
So of course I want a full family and stuff.
Definitely.
We'll see. I know.
Is the guy you're dating now, does he have potential?
He doesn't have that kind of potential. He just needs to keep acting right.
Awesome. So you've heard it. I try to help you out. I don't know who you are, but she said it. So let's talk about something that, thankfully, these days you're seeing more people talk about it, but it wasn't always the case. We're always checking up on each other, especially during this time about the coronavirus, making sure we're healthy, we don't have the cough, and all that jazz. But we need to also talk about mental health. Do you have anything to say about mental health during this time, and maybe some tips to help people, because you seem to be keeping it together?
Thank you. I mean, I'm trying. We all have our days where it could be a lot more depressing than the day before or whatever. I think we just need to, like, focus on the light at the end of the tunnel. Right now we're going through the journey and it's like dark and gray and hard, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. A lot of us with careers and personal life and love and everything, we want to have control over that. And we usually do because we have schedules and we have places to be and things to do and obligations and kids and this and that.
Yeah.
We have control of our life. And right now is a very uneasy time where we have to let go of control because it is not in our hands and we don't know how long this is going to last. It could end tomorrow. Like, oh, it's clear. Boom. Everybody back to normal. And it could go all the way through summer or whatever. But it's not in our hands right now. And letting go of that control, I think, will let go of some of the pressure and stress and anxiety that a lot of us are dealing with. I think also one thing that we all can do for ourselves and each other is just reach out and talk and be here for each other and tell your family, your friends, your loved ones how your experience is, and then get them to tell you about theirs, because everyone's experience is different right now. And I think it's just therapeutic to talk about it. Even talking to you today has just helped me, like, feel like, oh, okay, we're not alone. We all know we're not alone, but you feel lonely because you're not seeing people. So
I like that. So guys, make sure you're checking on your friends, check on your family members. So it's been so much fun checking in on Ashley. And make sure you're following her. I'm pretty sure you already are. Who am I telling? But thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate it. A million hugs, a million blessings. Thanks for your light and love. Okay, air hug. All right, bye. Have a good one.